Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? We are back for yet another episode of America's Next Top Model Part 2. You guys flooded the comment section. You said, Fumi, no. We need a part 2. We need you to give us a deep dive into the model agencies, into the behind the scenes of what it is to be a model, and also a deep dive again explicitly into some of the things that happened on the show. So I thought, you know what, why not let me dress up for the occasion and be fabulous, my darlings. All right, so let me start because I've got like a list over here. So I'm going to start with the beginning. Okay, now let me start with the model agency. Yeah, when you get signed up to a model agency, you will most probably get signed up to a division. For me, what do you mean? I'll tell you what I mean. We have the runway division, and that's where you have basically the tallest girls. You will have girls from 5'7" all the way to 6 foot. And these girls are the ones that do all of the runway shows in Paris, in Milan, in Los Angeles, in London, in New York, in Australia, because we have so many fashion weeks now. So if you are a tall girly, you would be in the runway division. I was in the runway division, okay? Then you're going to have the commercial division. Commercial division are those girls that will do easy breezy cover girl. You do all of the makeup commercials, you do all of the teeth commercials, all the toothpaste Colgate commercials, you do beer commercials, you do the Coca-Cola commercial like Cindy Crawford did. Yeah, then you are going to have the women's division. What's the women's division? The women's division are the older girlies. I would be in the women's division because I'm 56, going to be 57 in a couple of weeks. You're going to have all of those girls that are so gorgeous, still in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Yes, you're going to be in the women's division. You are also going to have the celebrity division. That's where Jennifer Lopez will be. That is where you have models that are also now celebrities. Let me give Naomi Campbell, for example. So you have different divisions. You're going to have the editorial division. The editorial division is the division where you don't have to be tall. You can be 5'5". It does not matter, mama. You know why? Because you have that face, you have those legs, you have those hands, you have those arms, you have that bust. You are going to be in the editorial, in the magazines, because it really doesn't matter. Everything will be cleaned up, elongated, lightened, darkened, thickened in the editorial process. I am absolutely sure that they've got like a teen division, they've got a tween division, they've got a baby division, they will have the men's division, they will have the Zadie's division. Again, like I said, you are going to be segregated into divisions. With all of that, you're going to have your booker. Your booker has been assigned to book you all kinds of jobs. Again, if you're a supermodel, and a supermodel means that you do everything. You do the runways, you do the editorials, you do the commercials, you do the films. You're a supermodel. You are super because you can do everything. Now, some agencies are fantastic. Why do you say that, Fums? I say that because they've got model hostels, which means that what? You don't have to pay rent. It means that you are going to come in there and they will pay your rent for you. Don't get it twisted. You're going to pay that money back. It also means that they are going to give you a unique look. It means that they might cut your hair. It means that they might color your hair. It means that they might give you a gap. It means that they might close your gap. They might even shave your eyebrows. Do something for you to stand out. I bring that up because we had that in America's Next Top Model, where one of the models had her gap closed. It was a big deal. She wept and she cried. And I told you that my gap got closed for that very reason, because the model agencies were saying we cannot book her with that gap. Now, before I continue, there was another white girl a couple of seasons further down whose gap was even widened because she looked very much like Lara Stone, and as far as I'm concerned, from Lauren Hutton. Lauren Hutton was the original gap girl. I want to explain something. You need to stand out. We're not having a sorority. So we cannot have a whole bunch of girls with gaps in their mouths. When I went to Ford, they said, Fumi, we can't take you. It's better for you to go to Elite. Why? Because we already have Naomi Campbell here. It was the first time that I had heard that I resemble Naomi Campbell. I didn't like it because it got into my way of my jobs. So good God and kind, Naomi went to Elite because she went with her booker. So what I am saying is that I am so sorry that this model felt so bad about her gap being closed. You have to fight out here in these streets, which means what? If you can't make it in New York, go to Milan, go to Paris, go to Europe, where they will appreciate all of your blackness. A lot of black, dark-skinned models, what did they do? They went to Europe. Where am I? I'm in Europe. What I couldn't do in America, I am doing here in England. You have to broaden up your space. You have to think outside of the box, because nobody is holding your hand. Nobody has time for you. Nobody is going to save you. Go abroad. Go abroad where you're appreciated. Go abroad where you will stand out there, and then America will now fall in love with you again and say, oh, Fumi, come back. Oh, come back. We love you. You were fabulous in Paris. Oh my God, Montclair, he said so much beautiful things about you. Come back speaking French. Come back looking fabulous. Come back understanding the designers. So that is your agency. That is your booker. And that was why I was saying that these girls got it real easy, because you know what? You're not paying your rent. Tyra was paying your rent, and they were paying that in a fabulous apartment in Manhattan. That's not realistic. You know where I was? I was in Jamaica, Queens, and I was taking the L train, I will never forget, into Manhattan for my bookings. Not only was I coming for my bookings and for my go-sees, I was also coming for my part-time job, because I didn't have any money. I hadn't booked anything. So guess what? I had to look for a part-time job, and it was very difficult because there were times when, Fumi, do you go to work or do you go for the audition? Remember, the audition, you have like 500 girls there. You're there all day. The girls that had boyfriends, the girls that had agencies where they had model hostels for them could afford to be there all day. Myself, no. I had to be at work. And if I did not show up at work, guess what? I couldn't pay my rent until I was able to get into a model hostel, where they will pay everything for you. Pay your rent, where you have your basic food, where you're going to the dentist. Who's paying for that? The agency is paying for that. That means the agency has to really believe in you, that you will come back and give them a return. It means that you will do their bidding. It means that, you know what, we are going to turn you into something that they have never seen. We want you to look like a creature. I am saying all of this because that was what Tyra was doing on the show, and they were crying. Oh my God, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, this, and the third. Sis, if you were out on the street and you didn't have a place to stay, I'm absolutely certain that the way you would think about all of this would be very, 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 very very different, because you're not thinking about your rent. You don't have to think about how you have to pay for the light, how you have to pay for your phone, how you have to pay for your food. All of that is laid out there. But the return is that you do what we tell you to do, because we see that you have the potential to be a superstar. And if that is not the case, go to Paris. I am telling the girls now, right now, if you are watching me, go where you are loved. That's where I coined that phrase, because I realized, Fumi, you know what? You don't have to sit out here and be wasting your time with people that are telling you that you're too this, you're too that, or whatever. I developed the skin of an alligator. There is nothing you can do to me that will break me. Will I bend? Yes. Will I break? Absolutely not. Not on the account of you, who does not even know what to do with your life. Absolutely not. What? No, I'm on to the next. Go to Paris, go to Milan, go to Canada, go to Australia for 2 months, if that be, and come back with bulletproof looks in your lookbook. They'll be like, where is this? Paris. Wow, you've been in Paris? Yes, my darling, I've been in Paris. I enjoyed it over there. It was fabulous. Karl Lagerfeld says hello. Be fabulous. You have to think outside of the box. Now, before I continue, Tyra, these girls were not only, forget the young, they were naive. And if I had had a show, like your mama tells you when you're about to leave town, baby girl, you know I love you. You know I let you do all kinds of things out here. But the world is not kind like that. when you go out there, be careful. Open your eyes and see. You give her all that you got, let her go on her way. Tyra was showing you the business, and that was right. But Tyra, you should have protected these girls. And I say that because of Shandy. Shandy was as naive as they come. She went to Milan and she was so excited. She did not know whether she was coming or going. And you should have protected her because she opened up like a flower. And the girls brought boys to the house, and they should have stopped filming right there. As a mother, today, stopped right there, because that's where it can go left. Because they don't know any better. Because I know you were looking for drama for the show. That was not that kind of drama. Do you know, upon reflection, Shandy's mother, Shandy's sister, Shandy's friends, Shandy's entire town was watching this show. You only did it for ratings. She was the sacrificial lamb. It was absolutely unfair. But Tyra will not apologize. You know why? Because cycle 25 is coming out. And with all of this chaos that we've had in this America's Next Top Model, the reveal, the documentary, there are still models that will still sign up for cycle 26. In the event that cycle 25 was filmed last year, Tyra is out here. She's making her money. She's making her coin. Shandy, my darling, I kiss you on both cheeks. And I want to teach you, all the Shandys out there, you also have to take accountability. Because you wanted to be breastfed, really and truly, and that's not this industry. You should have been out there learning all of the designers' names. You should have been out there learning the streets. You should have been out there learning the spots, finding out the other model agencies. You should have been reading the fashion magazines out there in Milan. That is your homework. Even in school, you get homework to take home. Adrian gets homework to take home. That should have been your homework. You are not there on a holiday. You are out there to work. That you got a free experience to go to Europe. You should have taken that to heart and studied the city, studied the fashion, studied the designers, studied the editors, studied the cinematographers, the film. That is your homework. As soon as they came, I've got to go. I'm going out for a walk. I am going to the bedroom to go and have a nap. You had no business drinking. It's one of the reasons why I really just did not drink. I don't care for alcohol. It gives me a headache. But I've seen over and over and over and over again how this leads to a bad thing. You had no business, Shandy, drinking. You had no business entertaining. You had a boyfriend. You should have called the boyfriend and said, well, you know what, we're here. What do you think I should do? You had a little bit of common sense. You had not eaten. Go out and go and buy a loaf of bread. Go and study the city. Go and take pictures, because God knows when you have that opportunity to come again. It's only the supermodels that go to Milan and go to Paris the way that you went, with a flat, with a driver, to take you for your go-sees and everything. The other girls, oh please, you are going to Macy's and you are going to model bras. That's what you're going to do. It is a very unglamorous career, and it takes about 2, 3, 4 years for you to get where you have to get to. Did you not see Linda Evangelista? Linda cut off all of her hair and then dyed it blonde, red, black, so that she could stand out. If they are doing something for you, it's because you need to stand out from the herd, and you also have to come and deliver. It's a two-way street, but you want to sit down there and complain, oh, this is what they did to the girls. I reiterate, that is the model agency. The model agency needs to get you booked. They need to get you booked with designers, with catalogs, with Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret is trying to sell a product. If the consumer does not buy, you are out of the game. You're out. That's why the models are super skinny in Paris, because the consumers are skinny. The women, ask Chanel, go to Chanel. They have their market for the Japanese, for the Chinese, for the Asian consumers, because they're petite. They also have for the French, because they're very super slim. You see an 85-year-old woman, hello, where you looking fantastic. She has her cigarette and she's a size 2. She's not looking at a model who is plus size. She won't buy it. Why would Chanel hire you to come and put sand inside their gari? Does not make sense. Let me know in the comments if you want me to show you how to walk, how to pose, how to use all of your assets, how to do all of that for your book, only using your phone, because that's all you got. Because you can book $10,000 jobs. Linda Evangelista said it, we don't wake up out of our bed for less than $10,000. I have made that money and it is delicious. They took their 15%, but I got my coin. When you start to rule, and you're not an A model at all, you are not, but you are making enough money where you can what? You can have your own apartment. So I had my apartment, 320 East 34th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue. And I was on the 6th floor apartment, and I paid £1,000. Sorry, I paid $1,000 at that time. But it was mine, and I was in Manhattan, and I was on the east side. And it was fabulous. So yes, you can make your coin. I felt also this documentary was dark because it only showed all the girls that complained. But we had Eva Marcille, who is absolutely gorgeous, and she must be about 5'5", if that. We also have Takora. We also have Winnie Harlow. These were models. They maximized their opportunity. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. They thought outside of the box. I remember Eva Marcille was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Make sure that you are still relevant. And if you cannot get it in A, then go ahead and get it in B.
Marcille, known as Eva Pickford on the show, was the winner of season 3 back in 2004. Yes. Eva, good morning. Joining us now, first and only on CBS Mornings, is Eva Marcille. She's an actress, she's a model, she's a former contestant on America's Next Top Model. Marcille, known as Eva Pickford on the show, was the winner of season 3 back in 2004. Yes. Eva, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Still looks the same.
I know. There was a little
As
snippet of you at
gorgeous
the
as
end in the doc, right? I think we see you.
A snippet.
A little snippet.
Yeah, there's a moment where Tyra talks about the people that have been successful on the show, and she gives a nod to what has transformed the industry. Being that I was the shortest girl on my season, and the idea of a black girl and this short in the modeling business, it's unheard of. It won't never happen.
Well, this documentary, as you know, Eva, has everybody talking. I know you watched all 3 episodes. What's your reaction to it?
You know, when I first found out there was a documentary, I was amazed. I remember reaching out to Jay Manuel, like, is this the same top model that we did?
Yeah.
Because how don't I know about this?
Yeah. And they didn't ask you to be on it.
They did not ask me to be on it. It was very surprising. And then I watched it. And after I watched it, I was gobsmacked. I was in awe. I told Jay my mouth was wide open. To be a part of a club and not know what's going on in the club is crazy.
What exactly was it troubling to you? Was it, when you say gobsmacked?
And what
gobsmacked
surprised
can
you?
mean one can be great, or it could be something that, oh my God.
Amazingly horrifying for the stories. I've lived my experience. I've walked in my shoes. And though there is a level of relatability, one would assume someone having walked in the same shoes, I had no idea. Like, absolutely no idea. I have been asked about Tyra for 21 years.
Yeah.
No matter what project I'm doing, what I'm involved in, somehow Top Model finds its way in my interviews.
Because it's part of your resume, part of your life.
It is. It's absolutely a part of my life. But I didn't understand why it was such a topic every time I interviewed with someone. I'm done 154 projects since Top Model. It's been 21 years.
But when you look back at the show, what stands out to you? What stood out to me was how young these women were, these girls were at the time. What stood out to you?
How young we were, looking at young me, the hopefulness in my eyes, and seeing that in all the other contestants. What stood out was everything I didn't know before me.
Was it just a show to you? Did it?
It was a competition.
Let's talk about that. Yeah.
This was a competition. This was an opportunity for me to win $100,000 and to show the world that even though I'm shorter, even though I'm not your average-looking model, I have the goods. I have the chops. I've been vouched by Tyra. I've been put through the rigors. I mean, we did a 2.5-month boot camp.
But the reality to you now is it different?
It was a television show. I learned later with a competition in it, but it was absolutely a TV show.
So Eva, let me ask you, the docuseries, you say you were in awe when you watched it because you didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, but it details many controversial moments, from the alleged sexual assault that happened to eating disorders to models being put in blackface, or one model who was people who were bullied, and incredibly troubling, one model whose mother was shot in a violent act.
Horrible.
Was then asked to replicate that in a photo shoot.
Horrible.
Do you think that the judges and the producers had a role in creating this type of environment, even if you never saw it?
Absolutely. That environment could not exist without producers aiding and abetting what was going on. I've done reality now on every level.
Yeah.
Housewives. I mean, I don't know what's going on in someone's life unless the producers tell me. It's a part of how this thing works. At the time, we were kids trying to find our dreams realized and actualized by a woman that we believed could do that for us. And if she could see it in us, then the world would see it in us, because the world sees it in her.
Yeah.
So it was just a TV show.
Yeah.
To win a competition.
Yeah, and we appreciate you coming in and adding a little bit more texture to this very layered conversation about this show. But as you mentioned, you have done so many projects after America's Top Model. BET.
Thanks to Top Model, though.
Yeah, exactly.
What I will say is I will never fail to thank Tyra.
Yeah.
What Tyra set out to do in this business, I will always say, and especially for Top Model, initially, she set out to change the world, to change what the modeling industry looked like, sound like, felt like, and expected.
Yeah,
and she did that for me.
Served as a launch pad
It
for
did.
projects like BET's All the Queen's Men. Going
Yes.
into its fifth season, by the way.
Can you believe
What
that?
can we expect from your character? It's
So
a great
good.
show.
You've got a movie coming out, too.
I do. All the Queen's Men has just finished its 5th season. We have not aired it yet. It comes out this year. And then I have a new... Shout out to Tyler Perry. Thank you so much, Tyler Perry, for betting on me.
Nobody
We love
like
our show. It's #1 rated show amongst scripted subscribed shows.
There you go.
The #1 on our platform. So excited. But the most exciting thing in my life right now is falling from a plane. I fell from a plane. That's the name of my new movie.
Yeah.
Fell from a plane. It's
I like
on
that
Lifetime.
title. But can I just ask you one more thing about Tyra, because she's getting a lot of heat for not being accountable. Seems to me she apologized many times within the show. Do you think that she owes people more than what she has said so far? When you look at her role in it?
I believe that, I saw the show.
Yes.
She apologized a million times, but an apology to the person that you wronged is only as good as they could appreciate it. And so for the young girls that were sexually assaulted, for the young
And it
women...
did look like sexual assault.
Absolutely.
On the tape, yes.
For the young girls that now have eating disorders or look at themselves and never feel beautiful, that little girl in them that will always live in the woman that is them. There is no sorry, I think, that's big enough to truly feel and heal that kind of hurt.
Yeah, well said. Eva, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you
for having me.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Everything.
I've forgotten her name, the one that had the gap, because her roommate was Chanel. And Chanel did a lot of work, and the agency said that they were not using her. She was different because she came from a show. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. If that is the case, get out of the agency. From the minute that Chanel told you that, get out and go to Paris, go to Milan, come back reinvented. They'll be begging at your feet for the crumbs that you were taking. They'll be begging at your feet. Tyra, you have to take accountability. Whether you accept it or not, you have to take accountability, because these girls did not know any better. You should have loved up on them. You should have been very gentle with them. You still show them the rough road, what it can become, but you should have loved up on them. For you to just have Ebony's head shaved off like that and telling her that she's looking ashy is not necessary. You know why? Because the real world will tell her that. You, on the other hand, you are going to stand up for her. You are going to protect her. I thought Ebony was flawless. Oh my God. And she still is. She still is flawless. But I want to tell all of the girls, anything that they told you, because I am coming from the era of circa 1990s, from 1990, where I won Supermodel of West Africa. I won Supermodel of Nigeria, Supermodel of West Africa, Supermodel of Africa. When I tell you, when I came out here to London, oh my God, my first booking was Yuki Yamamoto, and right there they had issues with me. I said, oh no, you don't have issues with me. I will walk, I will do anything, I don't mind. And I realized, for me, you're gonna have to wear your big panties, and I've been wearing those big panties ever since. They have told me, you're too big, you're too small, you're this, you're that. I got my nose done. How about that? Yes, I did. And it's kind of bent. So I think I'm going to reconstruct it again. I don't know. But yes, I got my nose done. Back in the day, yes, I did. And it was a situation where I really didn't take it personally. I didn't take it personally. As far as I'm concerned, I was like, Fumi, how do you feel about it? Do you feel good about it? Okay, fine, go ahead. And then when I realized that, Fumi, you know what? You really are an actress, baby. You really are fabulous. Go out to California. See what you can do out there. And that's how I kind of always reinvented myself. If they're not loving you there, you know what, baby girl, you gotta move. Let's try this. It's always a suggestion. But you are the master of your domain. It's entirely up to you to decide, do I want to do it or not? I am the master of my domain, and if I feel that I'm worthy, then you know what, for me, go and look for those who feel like you too. Never sit down waiting on somebody. You should have taken care of these girls. I will take care of these girls under my watch. What happened to Shandy? Absolutely not, because I would have spoken to those girls every single day. As soon as you know what, I would have fired the crew that filmed that. Talking about firing, Tyra, it was her show. It was not her network. She pitched the show to all the networks, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. All of them said no, until this network said yes. It was this network that said that Miss J, Mr. J, and Nigel have got to go. Then what? Tyra is supposed to say, if you don't keep them, I'll go too. No, she has to keep, the show must go on. What I feel that she should have done, she should have fought for them, fought for them, fought for them. She should have spoken to them, have a meeting and say, if you want to announce it on your own, go right ahead. I stand by you. I stand for you. Thank you for everything that you have done. You should have even publicly said, it was not my decision for them to go, but here we are. You should have given them care packages, because Nigel came with his wife and his children from the United Kingdom for this show. But then again, let's turn it all around. I think it was in the last couple of seasons, the network fired Tyra. Fired Tyra and kept the show. She got her coin, but she was not on the show. It went downhill from there, because it was like, what are you doing? So you have to understand, sometimes you are tired. Do not think that I will have a show. Do not think that I would have a brand. And they're like, you know what, for me, you have to fire Ula. Ula, you know what? Hey, don't worry. We got one leg in it. We'll figure it out. But he has to go, because the vein, the blood vessels of this show has to keep running. But look at her now. She's back now in Cycle 25. And do you know what? The ratings will be fantastic. Everybody will watch it. Everybody's talking about it. I am out here again with yet another episode. Yeah. You know, those were the times. This was before social media. There was no union for models. So it was a free-for-all. And so we girls, now when I look back, my God, we really are supermodels out here, because we had a rough and tough. And we survived. We didn't have bitterness. Not at all. I am still friends with my booker till this very day, Richard. And I even worked with him last year, January. Because you know what? Life goes on. What do you think the model agency does? Do you think that Elite and Ford are still not there? They're still there. Guess what? The models have been fired and let go, because you know what? You're not giving us any money. We're not going to go into bankruptcy because of your ass. And that's another thing. You cannot have a tummy. You cannot be overweight. If you are runway, if you are doing Paris, you can be a little bit curvy for Milan. New York, well, we got all kinds of divisions. London, too, you've got to be very slim. Again, Tyra, you overpromised, and you should have been very clear. This is what the agency is going to tell you. to have left that girl there in the model agency with Chanel in the same apartment, going back and forth, and Chanel became a great model. She worked for Victoria's Secret, and this girl did not work. That's unfair, because you wasted her life. On the same flip token, I've said, homegirl, if you really wanted to model, if this is what you really wanted to do, you should have gotten yourself out of there. Let us not forget, this was also a show. It was for entertainment. Read the fine print on the contract. They said they're going to film everything. You should have been aware of it. When they said they're going to film everything, it means that they're going to film everything. It means that what? I'm not bringing pictures of Ula. I'm not bringing pictures of Adrian. I am not trying to drink. I am not trying to smoke cigarettes. I'm not trying to do that. In fact, I'll be quite boring, because I'm doing my work and I'm going out the streets because I want to see Milan. I want to see Paris. I want to see where the other model agencies are, just in case it doesn't work here. I want to find out about the photographers. You models do not study. This is not a game. Study the photographers. Know his work. Study the fashion designers. Know that, you know what, Bill Blass came from an architectural background. That Yves Saint Laurent actually came from Morocco. That when we went to Morocco, I went to Saint Laurent. When I went to Saint Laurent and saw what he did, I completely understood his aesthetic. Study. I did not see one model in the entire 20 years of top model studying. Not studying the clothes, not studying the designers' names, not studying the designers and their backgrounds and their aesthetic. So that when you look at a collection, you're like, oh, this is Tom Ford. It's very reminiscent also of Halston. You would understand this, because then you would know how to shimmy yourself to certain designers, because you would know that the designers would love your aesthetic too. You did none of that. You didn't study to do your makeup. Let me practice how to do my makeup. Let me practice how to do my hair. Let me practice how to do my eyebrows. Let me make sure that I am polished and sharp and clean. My body makeup. That is how I learned how to do all the things that I've shown you. Even to exercise in the room. I did not have money for a gym membership. I had to slim the fat and keep it cute. But I had to look gorge. And all I could afford was my jeans and t-shirt. And then, wait, on top of it, you're looking to earn money. Some of the designers will pay in clothes, so that you have some lovely designer pieces, but you still got to pay the bills. So these are all of the things that they don't tell you. I don't know how much it has changed now, but these are things that I want you guys to understand. To be a model, it means that you have to master everything, and including your finances, because you're going to pay your taxes. Look for a good tax guy who can make sure that he can write everything off, because you're out here hustling. And last but not least, did want to say that, Tyra, you were a little bit hypocritical, because on your Tyra show, you brought out Naomi Campbell, talking about how mean Naomi Campbell was to you, and Naomi Campbell was nowhere as mean as you were to the girls on that show. If you said that you felt how Naomi brushed your way and she didn't talk to you, and you were not allowed to do shows because of Naomi, and how Naomi told you this, that, and the third, then you should have extended that grace to these girls that came out from really super unsophisticated backgrounds and did not know any better. You should have nourished them. You should have really poured into them. You should have. Because at the end of the day, if it was like a Tammy situation, call her aside. Mama, listen, what are we going to do? What do you want to do? Where are you most comfortable? Do you want to do plus size? Because I'm telling you, sitting here, I am plus size. It sounds insane, but yes, I am plus size for some fashion houses. So I know where I have to go. I know what I have to do. You give them the confidence, because that confidence is what they're going to need to barricade when they go out there. And I think my confidence was, I was a supermodel winner. So I knew I had something. I had finished university. That's another thing. By the time I had hit New York, yes, I had. And you know what? They told me, Fumi, you look so fabulous. I was 24. They said, no, you're 18. My age has been cut ever since I've been in this industry, because they said you will not book at this age, you will not book at that age, I went with the flow. Even when I was in California and I was on Entourage, I was a bikini girl on Entourage. I was a bikini girl on Entourage Victoria's Secret, because they had a Victoria's Secret show on Entourage. I was one of the models. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to go out there and see what these model agents are offering. And you know what? Sometimes work freelance. Work freelance, work with the photographers, work with the assistants, work with the makeup artists. You know why? Because the makeup artists are always needing extra models for a gig, for a shoot, for a show. You have the profile, go. Because sometimes that can make your career. A designer will see you and say, oh, what agency are you with? No, I'm not with an agency, I'm hustling. But if you want me, I'm here. I did it many times until I found bookers that were with Ford. The secret is, and this is the biggest for all of you girls, there are no rules. There are no rules. Even the rules they put in place, if it doesn't apply to you because it doesn't work for you, it's not for you. Go up to the agencies with your hair. Go back to the agency with blue hair. Go back to the agency with yellow hair. Go back to the agency with a shaved head. Go back. Never give up. And you will find your path, because there'll be somebody there who will say, you know what, at the end of the day, I'm going to give homegirl a chance. Let me see what she's got and run with it. These supermodels, Naomi Campbell was showing up every day for these auditions and castings from morning till night. She will tell you. She will come out here and tell you. It was Linda Avenger, and they would not touch her. They would not book her all day. It was Linda Evangelista. It was, what does she call herself? Christy Turlington. Those were, because they were called Trinity. They were the ones that said, if you don't book Naomi, you don't get me. Back in the day, that was what Christy Turlington and Linda Evangelista did for Naomi Campbell.
Because Naomi wasn't always booked to do the shows, I said to them, if you don't book her, you don't get me.
And that was how Naomi Campbell broke in. Naomi Campbell is a flawless model, flawless. It was not easy for her either. And that is why Tyra, I feel, was harder on the black models. You know why? Because the opportunities were not there like it was for the white models. And I believe very much that was why she was the way she was with Tiffany. I understand Tiffany. The way that Tyra treated Tiffany was wrong. Tiffany needed a different kind of love. And she would have made it. You needed to pour in Tiffany. You needed to pour in Tiffany. And I think what really broke my heart was that Tiffany had a 2-year-old son. So I know that Tiffany would have made that sacrifice and said, let me do this for my son. Let me get my son a better life. It was during this I found out that Tiffany's son died. He was shot and deleted in 17th of October 2023. So this is a trauma for Tiffany. It's a huge trauma. And Tyra, you have to reach out to her and give her your deepest condolences and apologize, because she said the horrible things you said to her and about her son, about go back to lying on the floor with you and your son, is uncalled for. You have a son today. You have a son today. And again, you know, the young girls, Shandy and Co, they were all young. They made mistakes. That's what happens when you're young. So you should have been there to have shielded them. It's sad. It really is sad. Because I love you girls. And I truly believe that I didn't have a daughter because you are my daughters. So Tyra, if you had seen Shandy in that way, would you have let them to continue to film? Absolutely not. You would have shielded her. You did not shield these girls. You did not what? you did not shield these girls. I am so sorry, Tiffany. I am so sorry. My deepest condolences for your beautiful son. He was so handsome too. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love to my model daughters. I hope to see you out there. And yes, I will come back to the runway. I've been asked, so yes, I will. And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends. And I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? You fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes, and then we also have it in ice cream because I love ice cream, and I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This is just the beginning, because the bras are coming, the slips are coming, the panties are coming, the makeup, the skincare, the Afro hair care kit is coming. It's all coming, my darling. This is a black-owned brand, and I am self-funded. My financier is my wonderful husband. Thank you. Thank you, Ula. Thank you for the unconditional love and support. I could never do any of this without him. You're so generous. And God bless you. And God bless you too, my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I am so excited. The link is below, and I will be sharing how to wear the t-shirts, different styles, different suits for you. Thank you so very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Yay! We have launched. We have launched. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. I am what? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.